Hey there, it's Mark from Set My Site, and this is a quick video to show you how to use the WooCommerce e-commerce plugin on your WordPress website. So as you can see, I'm logged in and I can see the dashboard here. What I want to do is I want to move over to the left-hand menu bar and I want to click on the option that says WooCommerce. And basically your e-commerce store is broken down into two portions. The first portion is this one that says WooCommerce, which is more of a settings and administrative area, and this portion that says products, which has to do with the management of your actual store, inventory, products, categories, etc. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on WooCommerce and take a look at the administrative information. So when you click on WooCommerce, by default it brings you to this orders page, and this is a really convenient way to look at your most recent order information. It'll show you all of the different orders that have been placed on your store, and you can click on a specific order to view more information about that order. So that's really nice. The next couple of options are pretty self-explanatory. Coupons simply allows you to add coupons and coupon codes so that you can apply those to specific products. Reports will allow you to generate transaction reports and other types of reports based on the ongoings of your actual store. And then settings, this is a pretty important tab here. And this allows you to kind of determine the base location of your store, what locations you're going to be selling your products in, what kind of currency you're going to be using, if you're going to be using any tax information, etc. The other thing that we want to look at here is payment gateway integrations and merchant account integrations. By default, the free WooCommerce plugin is set up to support PayPal, and in order to set up PayPal with your WooCommerce theme, you want to click on the checkout button here, and once you've clicked on that button, you'll see the option here for PayPal, and you simply click on that option right there to add your PayPal email account address. That's the email that's associated with your PayPal Business Standard account. Once you've added that to the PayPal field, now your store is automatically set up to accept payments and everything goes through PayPal. So it's very easy to set up and very convenient. The other options here in the settings page are shipping options. So if you want to set up flat rate shipping or USPS based shipping, you have the option to do that through here. And you also have the accounts tab, which has to do with specific accounts, and finally the emails tab, which has to do with the specific emails that get sent to your customers. For example, completed order, customer invoice, customer note. You can go in here and you can set up and customize each of these emails. These are the automatically sent emails from WooCommerce to your customers when they purchase or when they complete an order, etc., or when they reset their password, etc. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The other two sections here are system status and add-ons. We don't have to worry too much about those. So we're going to go down to the next section of WooCommerce, which is actually the product section here. I'm going to click on that, and now it's going to take you by default to a list of all of the products in your store, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It's really easy to go in here and edit a product. I just hover over this, I can click edit. I can delete a product by clicking trash. I can duplicate a product if it maintains the same information for a new product, except I just want to change a couple of things. That's easy to do. So really convenient way to list and view your products. The next option is to add a product, and we're going to explore that option right now in depth. So I'll click on add a product, and then I call this test product. Next thing I want to do is just add some information to the test product. If you want to, you can do that. But we really want to pay attention to are these areas here, down here, and then these areas down here on the sidebar. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to look at this. This is really going to be the meat and potatoes of your product. So you choose a product type. Most of the time you're going to be choosing a simple product, which is just a basic tangible product. Let's say it's a t-shirt, so we'll just call this test product a t-shirt just for reference. Okay, and then if you have an SKU, you can add it here. and then you want to add a price to your product. Let's say it's $19.95. Oops, $19.95. And then if there is a sales price, we can add that here. We'll say that it's $15.95 today, and you can even schedule that sale to expire, which is really nice. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the inventory. Okay, and this is we want to be able to manage our stock because we have a specific stock quantity that that we want to manage, and we'll say that we have about 30 of these t-shirts in stock and do not allow back orders. So the next thing we want to look at is to click on shipping, and then shipping allows us to determine a weight and then the dimensions of the box that it's going to be shipping in, as well as shipping classes. And shipping classes are categories of shipping types. So if you have like really large bulky products, you might have a shipping class that's dedicated to those products, and then you can create specific shipping information that's associated with that class. So right now, the way that this store is set up, it's set up to have flat rate shipping, and because of that, it doesn't allow you to enter any information into the weight or dimensions area, because we know that all of the products on this website are going to be flat rate shipping. So let me just scroll down to the next option here. So now you have linked products. So this is for in the instance if you want to upsell something or cross-sell something. If I'm selling a t-shirt and I want to say, well, you know, this t-shirt would also look really great with, you know, this belt or something like that, I can decide to add an additional product as a cross-sell, so that when somebody clicks on the t-shirt, they're also encouraged to take a look at this other product, which is really powerful. You also have attributes. Excuse me. Attributes, click on add. You can add an attribute such as, let's say, size. Okay, and then we want to create the attribute, and it says you want to separate the attribute with a pipe, which is the long straight line. Then that helps you separate the value. So we have size as the name, and then we're going to add small, add the pipe, medium, large, extra large. Okay, so we've just created size attribute, and then we've created our values, which is great. And then we want this to be visible on the product page, and then we're going to go ahead and click save attributes, and there it is. Now I want to add another attribute too. Let's say we have color. Okay, so this is a t-shirt, and this t-shirt comes in different colors. Color, so red, blue, green. Alright, want this to be visible on the product page, and then we simply click save attributes. So that will allow us to add the different the different options for a specific product, and this works for any kind of product that has specific attributes. Okay, then there is the advanced tab. We'll click on that, and this is probably something that you don't really need to mess with if you're selling just basic products, so we'll just leave that as is. And then the other things that we want to look at here are this information here on the side. So it's really important that we create a category for a product. Now you'll have a list of your existing categories here, and let's see, I don't see my category here, so I want to add a new product category, which is going to be shirts. Right? So just add that. Boom, shirts added, and it's automatically checked, so it's perfect. It's where it needs to be. Now that I have the category selected, I want to add a product tag. And product tags are just used for search and for just overall kind of adding valuable kind of information about a specific product. So we'll just call it kind of shirt, t-shirt, men's shirt. Just a couple different tags to add to the product itself. And then finally you have a product gallery. So this is where you add your images to the of the product. Now since I don't really have anything, I'm just going to add some sample. We have a couple samples here, so let's just use this. Let's just use this. We'll add this. We'll add this. We'll add this. We'll add these. We'll add these just as a test here. Okay, so we've got a couple images here in our product gallery, And then finally you have to select, of course, a product image, which is the main image of the product that shows up on the store page. So we'll just set product image, and then we'll say that the product image is this one here. Get rid of all this information. Okay, let me just say yes. Alright, so the last thing that we can do at this point is add an additional description for the product. So this is a product description. You know, this is the best t-shirt ever. It rules. Okay, and if you want to add SEO information to this specific product, we have the all-in-one SEO pack plugin installed that allows you to create specific information about this product page. I'm going to skip that for now, but you can choose to add that information if you want to. Finally, I'm going to hit publish, and we're going to be able to view this new product that we've created. Now you get the indication that the product was published. I'm going to click on view product so we can take a look at it. So now you can see that this product has been created. Excuse me. We have our main product image here. We have test product t-shirt. We have our sales price of $15.95. We have our description, product description. This is the best t-shirt ever. It rules. Okay? And we have our add to cart button. We have some tags. Our category is listed here as well. And then we have a product description, and we have related products which you can add if you'd like to. And then finally you have your product gallery as well, which looks really nice. Pops up in this nice looking light box there. So that's it. That's how you add a new product. And if I go to the store tab here, if I scroll down, we can now see the newest addition to our web store. So very, very simple to do. I'm going to go back to our dashboard. I'm going to go back to the products tab. I'm going to delete that test product now because I don't want it no more. And then let's look at these last couple areas here. Categories, tags, shipping, classes, attributes. Categories are important. Categories are basically, well, it's self-explanatory. You want to have a category assigned to every single product because that's how people are going to be able to search and find those specific products. If you don't have a category associated to a product, it might get lost. It might be really, really hard for the customer to find. So be sure that you add categories to your products. You can simply add your category name here. Pants. The slug is basically the URL, so you can see this information here. This is they're talking about what's going to show up in here in this URL bar. So you want to add something in that uses hyphens instead of spaces and no uppercase. So we'll call this pants and shorts, for example. I'll call this pants and shorts, just so I can give you an example of how the slug looks. That's how you'd write it. Parent, there's no parent category, it's its own category. If you wanted to add a parent category such as men's clothing or women's clothing, you could add that parent here. And then if you wanted a category description, you can choose to add that. You don't have to. We're just going to add the new product category. And there it is. Pants and shorts. Very simple, very easy to do. Tags. You can add a product tag if you want. Product tag is you know, it's basically like a search term. So if somebody does a search on your website, it goes through these product tags to help you to help the visitor find the information that they're looking for. So if you want to add a tag, you can do it here. I prefer to add my tags when I'm actually creating the product as opposed to creating them as separate tags. So when I'm in the product, I think I showed you just a bit ago, you can add specific tags to a product and then it'll create those tags in there. Shipping classes, as I mentioned earlier, shipping classes are good for lumping in different types of products that you'd like to maintain certain shipping for. So for example, if you want to apply free shipping to all t-shirts, that would be a shipping class. If you wanted to apply, you know, extra large, extra bulky items are going to add, you know, X amount of money to your shipping, that would be a shipping class, and you can create those in here as well. So hopefully this little tutorial was helpful on helping you manage your WooCommerce store on your WordPress website.